Hello girls and boys, welcome back to Read Me a Story, and greetings from Hong Kong. Welcome as well to my grandchildren, Max and Theo and Josephine, Charlotte, Penelope and Simon. Love you all. I'm going to start off with my book. This is what I wrote. It's called Tips and Tidbits for Parents and Teachers, so I'm the author. This book is for your mums and dads to read, and it will help them to help you at home. It tells them all the things I learned in my 50 years in the classroom. And they can get it from AmazonBooks.com. All right, we're going to have a wonderful story today. And I brought my little dog. I hope you enjoy him. I brought him because his face looks very much like the face of the dog character in the book. Although the dog in my book today is a Dalmatian. See the spotted dog? He's a Dalmatian dog, but this one isn't. The story is called A Flea in the Ear. It's by Stephen Wiley and Ken Brown. Here we go. Hope you enjoy this one. One moonlit night, as the spotted dog was lifting the flaps on the side of the chicken coop to make sure the hens were all tucked up in bed, he heard a twig snap in the woods nearby. "I know you're out there, Fox," he barked. "Stay away from my hens." "Good evening," said the wily fox politely, sauntering leisurely into the farmyard. "Back off," said the dog, "or I'll bite you." "You can't imagine for one moment that I would dream of taking one of your scrawny hens," lied the fox. "I much prefer a nice, fat, juicy duck." "Well, that's all right then," said the dog, scratching his fleas. "Just remember what I said." "I will," said the fox, edging closer. "I see you have a spot of flea trouble." "Don't talk about it," said the dog. "At this time of year, it's agony." "Oh, I never have any trouble myself," said the fox. "But then I know the secret that keeps them at bay." "What? You do?" asked the dog eagerly. "Please tell me." "Oh, I couldn't possibly," the fox replied. "It's a family secret, handed down from father to son for generations." "Oh, please tell," pleaded the dog. "I'll give you anything to get rid of my fleas." "Anything?" asked the fox slyly. "Well, almost anything. I suppose I might be persuaded in exchange for 5 or 6 of your stringy birds." "Definitely not," said the dog indignantly. "I'd lose my job." "Oh, well," said the fox, "suit yourself. Bye-bye." And he left the unhappy dog to scratch away for the rest of the night. The following afternoon, the fox came back. "Good afternoon," he said. "Hello," growled the dog suspiciously. "I've been thinking things over," said the fox, "and I have decided to tell you the secret for nothing. I couldn't allow a fellow creature to suffer so much pain." "Oh, that's wonderful," said the dog. "What do I have to do?" "Well, it's quite simple, really. You just trot over the hill, down the other side, through the gate, and along the lane until you come to a pond. You walk into the water, and as it gets deeper, the fleas will climb up your legs. Eventually, only your head will be dry, and all the fleas will be on it. Take a deep breath and dunk your head under the water and all your fleas will drown. Brilliant, said the dog. I'm surprised I never thought of it myself. Off you go then, said the fox. I'll watch the chickens while you're away. Just think of it, flea free for the first time in your life. I can hardly wait, said the dog, and he galloped off up the hill, down to the gate, and along to the pond to drown his fleas. As he lowered himself into the water, he was astonished to hear a voice in his ear. I know you are about to drown us, said a flea, but if you go back to the bank, we will all jump off and promise never to bite you again. The dog paused for a moment. Oh, very well, so long as you keep your word. He walked back to the bank, and all of the fleas leapt off. The happy dog went home. When he got back, he found that the fox had vanished, and when he lifted the flaps, he discovered that his hens had too. Oh no, howled the dog. I'll lose my job. I'll be homeless. He lay down in despair. When he felt a little better, he noticed a trail of feathers leading into the wood. He got up and followed it until he came at last to the fox's den. He knocked on the door, and the fox opened it. Hello, he said, feigning surprise. What brings you here? I just dropped by, said the dog, pretending to scratch, to tell you that I went for your flea cure, but I couldn't get into the pond. It was full to the brim with fat, juicy ducks. Oh, it was? Asked the fox, licking his lips. Overflowing, lied the dog. I'll try again later when they have gone. Bye-bye. Goodbye, said the fox, and closed the door. The dog hid behind a tree. He hadn't waited long before the fox came out of his den with an empty sack slung over his shoulder. After a quick look round, he slunk off toward the pond. Only to find when he got there that there wasn't a trace of fat, juicy ducks that the dog had said he had seen. While he sat there in disbelief, all the fleas who had so nearly drowned leaped joyfully but unnoticed unto his back. Meanwhile, the dog had broken down the fox's door, and there, sure enough, he found a squawking bag full of his chickens. He gathered them up, and he took them back to their coop, determined never to let them out of his sight again. Well, that was a happy ending for the chickens, wasn't it? For sure. And girls and boys, the mention of the word pond there, did you notice that it wasn't as big as a lake? A pond is quite small, a small body of water. And it's different from a river or a stream or a brook or a creek. They are running bodies of water. So ducks like to be in ponds and frogs like to be in ponds. Well, this was a lovely story, and I hope you enjoyed the beautiful illustrations. Those paintings were so lovely. Girls and boys, see you next time for Read Me a Story. And I hope that you'll click on to more stories when you're on Read Me a Story on YouTube. Press Read More if you want to see lots of them, because there are so many on there now for you. I hope you enjoy them. See you next time. Bye for now.